Hello everyone, welcome to our channel, that is Kota Education. So today we will discuss the concept about the moles, right? About the mole concept, atomic mass, molecular mass and their relative atomic mass. These all things we will discuss. So myself, CVC sir, which is teaching the class 11 topic, that is a mole concept. So we will begin now the first one. Before that, our important channel, that is this one, Kota Education. So welcome to the Kota Education. So first thing, here the term is atomic mass. Now the question is, what is atomic mass? So atomic mass, normally what we say, it is a mass of atom, right? Mass of atom. So in atom there is electron also, proton also, neutron also. So mass of electron is negligible as compared to the mass of proton as well as the neutron. So we can say largely the mass of an atom is because of the proton as well as the neutron. So this we know, this is actually in the modern science, means in the present generation we are learning. But during the 18th century, the idea about the electron, proton, neutron, it was very typical in that case. So there was no sophisticated instrument, right? So during the 18th century, there was no wonderful instrument like the mass spectroscopy or the NMR. These are sophisticated instruments were not there, right? So to make to the calculation, to make a unit, what they do the comparison. So for example, if we have to weigh a substance, we use kilogram as a unit of mass, right? We are using the kilogram as a unit of mass, in which on one side we are putting our item, another side we are putting the weighing bar, right? So suppose I put the weighing bar of 1 kg here, and here I add some items. If the weight of the item is more, the level of this weighing bar will go up. If this item which is present here, it is in less quantity, the weighing bar will be at the bottom. So the substance will set to be 1 kg when the both of the balance are equally balanced out, right? Both weighing bar as well as our respective item should be equal. Then we say it is completely having the equal weight, right? So if we have to weigh a substance, we use kilogram as a unit of mass. Obviously, if you go to the vegetable vendors, you definitely find the weighing bar, right? But question is, what is kilogram, right? Question is, what is kilogram? So any idea what is kilogram? So kilogram is actually the mass of platinum and iridium alloy cylinder that is stored in an airtight jar. So here this one is an airtight jar, and this one, this shiny part, is our platinum iridium alloy cylinder, okay, which is placed in an airtight jar. So it is kept in a Sèvres, France. So this is actually the standard which was used in that time, right? So now question might be coming, sir, why we have taken the platinum or iridium element only? We should take the sodium or potassium also. We should take mercury as well as the gold also. Why we took only platinum and iridium element only? So answer for this one is because it is highly resistant to acid attack. Means whether it is an acidic attack or basic attack, means we can say it resists the presence of the acid or base. Moisture also it is not affected. That's why they took the platinum iridium alloy. And their mass, even if we put in the water also, even if we put in the humid atmosphere also, the mass of platinum iridium alloy will remain as it is. It is remaining as it is as a same only. That's why they took the platinum iridium element, right? So how to compare the weight of a box, right? So this is your weighing balance. On one side you will put the box, on another side you put the platinum iridium cylinder, right? and we compare the weight in both the same. So on one side I have put the box, another side we have put the platinum iridium cylinder whose weight was 1 kg, right? So we are comparing with the weighing balance. Once the balance are equal level, then we say it is that weight only, right? So for example, the weight of this box, suppose comes out to be 4 times the weight of cylinder, right? Weight of a box comes out to be 4 times of weight of cylinder. Here which cylinder we are using? Platinum iridium alloy cylinder. Similarly, how about the elephant? So weight of elephant was found to be 1200 times the weight of cylinder. Now observe one thing carefully. Weight of cylinder coming here, weight of cylinder also coming here. Now that these units are coming repeatedly, and we know we are actually Jugadu people, right? In short, we want some shortcuts. So what we do, as we know the weight of cylinder is repeated many times. So that time in 18th century they gave the unit kg as a unit of mass. So therefore weight of box becomes 4 kg and weight of elephant becomes 1200 kg. In this way we generate the unit. Similarly for the atomic mass, when we have to decide the atomic mass, we have to define the atomic mass in that thing. It was assumed that atomic mass is mass of carbon 12 atom divided by 12. Similarly here we are taking only one atom of carbon 12, okay, one atom of carbon 12 isotope, dividing it by 12. So that is our atomic mass. So atomic mass can be represented in a unit, atomic mass unit AMU, or unified mass U, or Dalton DA. These units can be used up in case, right? All three units are correct for the representation of atomic mass. Means if we have to report the atomic mass, we can use any of the three units actually. So 1 AMU is atomic mass unit, or 1 unified mass, or 1 Dalton is equal to mass of 1 carbon 12 atom divided by 12. Hence mass of 1 carbon 12 atom becomes 12 AMU, 12 Dalton, or 12 unified mass. These are the way to represent the mass of 1 carbon 12 atom. Switching over, so here what we are learning, it was found that mass of 1 oxygen atom was 16 times the mass of 1 carbon 12 atom divided by 12. Similarly sodium, mass of 1 sodium atom was 23 times the mass of 1 carbon 12 atom divided by 12. Similarly for sulfur, it is 32 times. Now observe one thing carefully. Mass of 1 carbon 12 atom divided by 12 is repeated many times. Here it has been repeated thrice, and you and I both know we don't want to write many times. So to avoid the repetition, what we have to do? We know that 1 atomic mass unit equal to mass of 1 carbon 12 atom divided by 12. So we are substituting this part with 1 AMU. So hence mass of 1 oxygen atom becomes 16 AMU, mass of 1 sodium atom 23 AMU, and mass of 1 sulfur atom is 32 AMU. In this way we are avoiding the repetition by reporting the units. So it is easy to answer in this way. It is easy to report our answer in this units. That's why we generate the units. Next, after some years, means as the age progress, then this wonderful instrument, that is mass spectrometer, okay, it is mass spectrometer, which was discovered, and it gives accurate mass of all the microscopic particle, whether it is atom, molecules, electron, proton, these are small values, they give the accurate mass, right? So this is a wonderful instrument which was developed to give the accurate mass of all the microscopic particles. So with the help of mass spectrometer, we get the accurate value of mass of one carbon-12 atom. So it was found that mass of one carbon-12 atom is 1.99 into 10 raised power minus 23 gram. We already know 1 AMU is equal to mass of one carbon-12 atom divided by 12. So the value which have been calculated with the help of mass spectrometer, we are substituting this value in this equation. So hence 1 atomic mass unit or 1 AMU is 1.99 into 10 raised power minus 23 gram divided by 12. So 1 AMU become equal to 1.66 into 10 raised power minus 24 grams. So mass of one oxygen atom, if we report, it is equal to 16 AMU, or if we have to report this answer in terms of gram, we multiply with 1.66 into 10 raised power minus 24 gram. Right? So similarly, if we have to report the mass of one sodium atom, it will be 23 into 1.66 into 10 raised power minus 24 gram. So this one is very valuable if we have to report our mass of a single atom in grams. Otherwise, we normally report in atomic mass unit. Right? So switching over, now this is an easy question. So try by your own. Now we have to find the relative mass. Suppose the mass of a substance A, Ma, it is 50 kg, and mass of substance B is 400 kg. Now we have to find the mass Mb by Ma, that is mass of B relative to mass of A. How much it will be? How much it will be? So think how much it will be. It is an easy question and you can try. So simply mass of B relative to mass of A. So mass of B is how much? 400 kg. Mass of A is 50 kg. So if we divide, both the units get cancelled. So here this part and this part, both the units get cancelled. And the term which we are getting, it is a unitless quantity. Right? Hence 8 which has been obtained, it is a unitless quantity. Hence we can say the relative mass is a unitless quantity because both the units in the numerator and denominator are cancelling out. Hence relative mass is a unitless quantity. Switching over for the next one. Next we are going to discuss about the relative atomic mass. So wherever the word is relative, it means it is unitless in terms of atomic mass or molecular mass. So relative atomic mass, if we have to find, it is a mass of one atom of element divided by 1/12 the mass of one carbon-12 atom. Right? So we already know 1 AMU, that is one atomic mass unit, is mass of one carbon-12 atom divided by 12. So what we are going to do, we are going to substitute this part 1 AMU, we are substituting in this equation. So if we have to find the relative atomic mass of one oxygen atom, it will be mass of oxygen atom divided by 1/12 into mass of one carbon-12 atom. So 16 divided by 1 AMU, AMU get cancel out. So what we are getting, it is a simple unitless quantity. So AMU and AMU term cancel out. So we are getting 16 as our unitless quantity. So hence what we are learning, relative atomic mass or RAM is a unitless quantity. Okay, it is a unitless quantity. So some important relative atomic mass. So now we are going to deal some important elements relative atomic mass. So this is very important and it will be useful in the all upcoming classes. So copy it very carefully. So first one, hydrogen. Hydrogen is the lightest element. So relative atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. Similarly, helium 4, lithium 7, beryllium 9, boron 11, carbon 12, nitrogen 14, oxygen 16, fluorine 19, neon 20, and so on. So these are the whole table, which are certain important elements. So don't worry about them. Actually, you will learn about it while solving the questions only. So copy this one, it will be useful. This is the first page, and in second page all of the important element relative atomic mass will be there. So copy this part because these will be useful in the upcoming class in calculating the respective volume in a given mole, the weight of a given element, molecular weight calculation. These things will be useful. These relative atomic mass will be useful. So by solving the bits, these things will become useful. So copy them once, it will be very, very important. So other element, zinc 65, bromine 80, krypton 84, rubidium 85, strontium, and so on. These are the certain important element which will be useful. So most commonly this silver is favorite, zinc is more commonly used, then we have the platinum, gold, mercury, and lead and iodine. These are very, very important elements which are more commonly used in the problem solving point of view. Other also is important, but you have to copy these all because they will be very, very useful once you start solving the bits or questions of them. In calculation of molecular mass, these will be very, very useful. So copy it once. So switching over, so for one oxygen atom, so for single oxygen atom, relative atomic mass, what we learn is 16. 16, see here, there is no unit. So 16 is a unitless quantity. It is a relative atomic mass. And when we talk about mass of single oxygen atom, it is reported in AMU. So 16 atomic mass unit, or if we have to report this into grams, then we have to multiply with 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24 grams. Right? So this is for single oxygen atom. So mass of single oxygen atom is 16 AMU and relative atomic mass is 16, which is a unitless quantity. Next, we are coming to the term molecular mass. So always remember, a molecule is formed by combining of atoms in a fixed ratio. When atom combine in a fixed ratio, they form the molecule, and molecule have independent existence. So molecule can be formed from two atoms or it can be formed from a group of atoms, and their mass we report in terms of molecular mass. So sum of atomic masses of all the elements present in a molecule. Best example, water. So in water molecule there is one oxygen and two hydrogen atoms. Atomic mass unit of hydrogen is 1 and oxygen is 16. So there are two hydrogen atom and one oxygen atom. So we multiply 2 multiplied by 1 unit plus 16. Total mass becomes 18. So we are adding the atomic mass of each and every individual atom, and that total mass in a given molecule, we say that is a molecular mass of a given compound. Similarly, if we calculate for nitric acid, it comes out to be 63 unified mass. Sulfuric acid 98 unified mass if we solve them, right? So sulfur 32, hydrogen 1 atomic mass unit, and similarly oxygen 16. So when we add them up, the molecular mass of sulfuric acid is 98. Similarly, glucose C6H12O6. So there are 6 carbon atom, 12 hydrogen atom and 6 oxygen atom. So 6 multiplied by the atomic mass unit of carbon, followed by 12 multiplied by the atomic mass unit of the hydrogen, and 6 multiplied by the atomic mass of the oxygen. So if we add them up, it comes out to be 180 unified mass, or you can represent in the atomic mass unit also. Next, this one, suppose the compound is given like this: ferrous sulfate 7 water molecule, or we can say hydrated ferrous sulfate or ferrous sulfate heptahydrate. So don't worry if dot is mentioned and 7 water molecules mentioned. So they also we have to add up. Iron 56, sulfur 32, oxygen 4 into 16, and 7 water molecules are there. We already calculated the molecular mass of water is 18. So 7 into 18 comes out to be 126. Hence, molecular mass of ferrous sulfate heptahydrate is 278 unified mass. Similarly, if there is a coordination complex like this, don't worry about it. Just we have to write the atomic mass of each and every element and add them. We will get the molecular mass of this CrCO6. So molecular mass of CrCO6 comes out to be 220. So 12 is the atomic mass unit of carbon and 16 is the atomic mass unit of oxygen, right? Similarly, if the structure is like this, if the complex is mentioned K4FeCN6, means outside bracket potassium is there, inside the bracket iron, carbon, nitrogen is mentioned. Don't worry about it. Just whatever quantity is mentioned, write the atomic mass, how many times it is, you have to multiply, and you will get the respective molecular mass. In this way, we get the molecular mass of a given compound. So, potassium, 4 atoms of potassium, 4 multiplied by the atomic mass of potassium. Iron, there is only one molecule of iron. Only one atom of iron, sorry. So 56. Here carbon and nitrogen, there are 6 atoms. So 6 multiplied by the atomic mass of carbon plus 14, that is atomic mass of nitrogen. So if you solve them, it comes out to be total mass of K4FeCN6 is 368 unified mass. And last example, AlH2O6Cl3. Here chlorine is outside the square bracket. So such species in which the square brackets are mentioned, such compound we say as a complex compounds, right? So aluminum atomic mass is 27. Water molecule already we have calculated 18. So how many water is there? How many water molecules? 6. So 6 multiplied by the individual atomic mass of hydrogen and oxygen, and there is chlorine. 3 chlorine is there. 1 chlorine atom molecular mass, 1 chlorine atom atomic mass is 35.5. So here there are 3 chlorine atom. We multiply by 3 and we are getting answer 241.5 unified mass, right? So this is about the molecular mass. How to calculate the molecular mass, it is mentioned here. So one thing we are learning, hence for water molecule formula is H2O. There is 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. So if we talk about the relative molecular mass, like the relative atomic mass, this is also a unitless quantity. So relative molecular mass of water is 18. Similarly, mass of one water molecule is 18U, or we can say 18 unified mass. If we have to report them into the grams, we multiply with 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. So this is about the molecular mass, relative molecular mass also, right? So in next class we will study about the molar mass, gram atomic mass and gram molecular mass. So thanks for watching everyone. Kindly like, share and subscribe Kota Education and spread this valuable information to all of your friends. Share them and it will be useful for them also, because the more knowledge you share, better you will become. Thanks for watching for these.